The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's gonna high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Chisago Lakes High School for tonight's girls basketball matchup here between the Milaca Wolves and the Chisago Lakes Wildcats. Of course, I am Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll be bringing you all the action from tonight's matchup here in this girls basketball game. It is the first basketball game of the year here for KBK WCMP. We've already called a hockey game there on Tuesday for the Pine City area girls as they defeated Litchfield Dassel-Cokato 7-3. In that one, Rihanna Nashworth got her 100th career point. But in this one, we are getting set for a matchup between the Chisago Lakes Wildcats and the Milaca Wolves. Tip-off coming your way at about 6 p.m. We'll be, just a minute or two behind that. JV ran just a smidgen long, but hey, we're okay with it. JV is entertaining, and I'm expecting the varsity game to be just as entertaining as well. So, looking at this game here between these two teams, unfortunately, I didn't get to watch Chisago Lakes at all last year, so I'm coming in brand new to this Wildcats girls basketball squad. Not real sure what they're going to look like here, but we will find out very quickly. But as we take a look at the other side, Milaca, we'll start with them because, well, I know more about them because I've been able to watch them for the last 3-4 years, and man, oh man, are they a talented bunch of girls. This team may be one of the favorites, maybe is for sure one of the top 3 to 4 teams in Section 6AA. That's where they play out of. They play out of the Granite Ridge Conference as well. Now, the Granite Ridge Conference is stacked with a bunch of teams, but they may be one of the favorites out of that that conference as well as the section. Of course, you got Albany in their section and conference as well. There's a lot of people saying, hey, they should probably move up a class. And, well, it all goes on numbers. So, can't necessarily do that unless you have the numbers. But they are talented enough to play at really any level as Albany. But for Milaca, they are a team that for the last 4 or 5 years have been towards the top of this section in Section 6AA. They have been in the section quarter semifinals and even close to the finals at times, but they are looking to get over that hump and maybe even face Albany in the championship this year in their section because they definitely are one of the favorites out of that section. They are a very talented team. One of the, I would assume, favorites because as you look at their roster, man, they got a ton of seniors as we look at their roster. They've got 5 seniors, and you might recognize some of them. Lydia Cramlett, one of the notable ones. Ashley Droogsma, another one. Then you've got Grace Haas and Willow Hunt, and those two are definitely two of the athletes that you've got to watch out for that have been starting for this group for 3-4 years now. So those two girls are going to take this team a lot of places as we got to watch out for the rest of the team as well. We're going to take our first commercial break to hear word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we'll talk more about the game ahead of us. You're listening to Girls Basketball on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Your local radio home for Minnesota Vikings football is WCMP.
Breaks another at the 30, and is loose!
Your favorite hometown team with your favorite players.
Caught by Jefferson!
Don't miss the hits, the action.
Touchdown Vikings!
Catch the excitement all season long.
He caught it!
Minnesota Vikings football is on Cool Country 100.9
WCMP.
It sure is good to be at deer camp with you guys again. What'd you guys see out there?
Yeah, I passed on the 10-pointer.
You say that every year, man.
What? I'm a big buck hunter.
I just couldn't pull the trigger. It was such a beautiful animal.
Eric, we're here to put food in the freezer, man.
I know.
Did you see anything good, Joshua?
It was huge! Right now, grab a pheasant's hunt at Wings North in Pine City for $50 off. That'd be a great holiday gift idea. Or sighting your rifle for deer season for only $10. Ha! $6.
Are you always working?
Find these and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals. That's WCMPradio.com/deals.
Rock Crusher Outdoors wants you to show them your buck. Rock Crusher Outdoors presents the Big Buck Contest. Send us your picture of your buck and you'll be entered to win a Ruger American 30-06 bolt action from Rock Crusher Outdoors. And wait, it gets better. If you're wearing Rock Crusher apparel and you win, Rock Crusher Outdoors will throw in a free scope. The Rock Crusher Outdoors Big Buck Contest brought to you by Dale's Heating Appliance, MDHA, Snake River, and Jim Jordan chapters. You have to the end of November to enter. Winner will be chosen at random. Full contest rules at WCMPradio.com under the contest tab. No purchase necessary.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, Ethan Game Day Gilman with you, and taking a look at, continuing, I should say, to take a look at the Milaca Wolves. Last year, as I mentioned, a very good team, 12-13. Now, their record really doesn't show how good they were, and they played a really good team in the playoffs. But when you look at some of the wins that they got last year over Spectrum, Zimmerman, those are two bigger schools than them. And then you've got a win. They did beat Chisago Lakes last year, 71-36 at their home. But then they also beat teams like Bram, who was a phenomenal team. They also beat Annandale last year. They beat Aiken. They beat Little Falls, Pine City, Moore, and Foley. 3 in a row. That is not easy to do. But then they only lost. Some of their losses were extremely close, like St. Cloud Cathedral. They lost to them in their final game by 2, and then in the game during the regular season by 6. And some of the other losses, were really close. Like Little Falls, when they played them the first time, they lost by 1 point. So at Proctor, they lost only by 8. So when you look at some of their losses, they're really close. And this team, again, the record really doesn't show how talented that team was last year. They were extremely talented, and it was a lot of fun to keep up with them. The year before, again, the record doesn't quite show how good they were. 15-13, that was the 22-23 winter sports season. But again, they made it into the section quarterfinals against Albany. Now, unfortunately, they lost. But, they gave Albany a good run for their money. Albany, they held Albany to under 60 points in that game. That's not easy to do. If you know anything about Albany basketball, holding them under under 60 points is not easy to do. Then we look at the 21-22 school year. Again, the record really doesn't show how good they were, 16-12. But once again, a very talented team. And they beat Pine City that year in the opening round. I was at Milaca for that game. That was, Pine City was the clear top favorite. They were, everyone was thinking Pine City was going to make it to the section championship. It wasn't to be. Milaca came out and did that again. They went to St. John's, fell to Albany again, but again, held them to under 60 points, which if you're doing that against any Albany team, you should be looking at that team and saying, wow, what a game, or what a team that was. So for Milaca this year, they've got a ton of seniors, a ton of returning talent, and I think they're going to lean on that returning talent here this year because they are going to need it, as this Milaca team is a solid team. Once again, they've got the few seniors on their squad, 5 of them going over it with Bella Sahlstrom, Lydia Cramlett, Ashley Drugsma, Grace Haas, and Willow Hunt. So those 5 are really going to be the ones who are leaned on here this year to take this team to where they want to go, to take this team where they feel like they should be at, because, again, the records the last few years that just haven't shown how really good this team is. But hopefully they can get over that hump this year and push themselves past Albany. As we take a look over at the Section 7 3A teams, Chisago Lakes, one of them, along with North Branch, another team we'll be covering this year. They are in a call-up with Rush City, but they are at home of North Branch. But Chisago Lakes this year, of course, this will be their opening game against Milaca. Taking a look at it from last season, for the Wildcats of Chisago Lakes, playing out of the Mississippi 8 Conference. Again, for them, their record, not what they would have hoped. 2-25, and they lost in the first round against Grand Rapids. But when you take a look at their conference, not just their conference, but their section, it is insanely talented. It is ridiculous, the talent that they have there. You've got teams like Monticello in their conference, Hibbing, who's in their section, Cambridge Isani, again, in their conference, North Branch, Princeton, Zimmerman, St. Francis, all in their Becker in their conference, Rockridge in their section, Hermantown in their section, insanely loaded with talent in their that they have in their section. But as we take a look at their team, it is a young team this year, and unfortunately, I don't know how many seniors they had last year. I don't think it was that many. In fact, maybe one or two. But looking at the roster this year, they don't have a single senior on it. They only have 2 juniors, a few sophomores, and the rest are 8th and 9th graders. So a young team. Last year, again, was another growing year. But, man, this year, with a lot of these young ladies getting a lot of time last year for this Chisago Lake squad, you got to imagine that they're going to come with a lot of experience. The year before that, in 22-23, they were 10 and 16. Then if we go back another year to the 21-22 winter sports season, they were 19 and 9. Very solid team. They would go to their section quarterfinals and lose to Monticello in overtime, 59-57. So, again, not real sure what to expect with this team this year just because I haven't covered them fully, but we'll get a lot more coverage for them this year, and I'm excited to have Chisago Lakes more on our docket. They are a fun team to have a part of our local sports area. I'm excited to see what we get here tonight. Of course, it is the first basketball broadcast of the season, so bear with me. There might be a few ums and excuse me's, and so just bear with me. It might not be the cleanest of things. So we are just about set for tip-off. We're going to get our national anthem and our starting lineups. Then we'll have tip-off coming your way here from Chisago Lakes High School in this girls' basketball game between the Wildcats and the Milaca Wolves here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home? Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, load up on deals like Heggy's Pizza, 2 for $16 with a new breakfast pizza available. Starbucks Frappuccinos are 2 for $7. Buy a fountain drink and get a Reese's King Size for only $2. And fill your propane tanks for $3.99 a gallon. Get ready for hunting and frying that turkey 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Pine Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual are dedicated to expressing our gratitude this Thanksgiving and every day. We're thankful for your trust in us. We hope you enjoy a memorable holiday with the ones you love. Thanks for continuing to trust in tomorrow. Contact Pine Insurance Agency, your local Grinnell Mutual agent at pineagency.us for all your insurance needs. Trust in Tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reassurance Company.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, taking a look at the starters here tonight. It will be all the seniors for the Milaca Wolves. Senior number 3, Bella Sahlstrom. Senior number 5, Lydia Cramlett. Senior number 12, Ashley Drugsma. And then, of course, it will be one that is not. It is junior number 22, Madison Gothman. And then senior number 24, Willow Hunt. Then on the other side for your Chisago Lakes Wildcats, it will be freshman number 1, Claire Beaver. And then another freshman, number 4, Annika Hall. And then sophomore, number 15, Luciana Osleisen. Then number 20, junior, Kayla Larson. And another sophomore, number 24, McKenna Thorson. Of course, our morning show host over on 100.9 FM, WCMP, Joshua Miron, the PA announcer here at Chisago Lakes. So that is who you may hear over the loudspeaker. As he finishes the starting lineup announcements. 18 minutes are up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics custom light force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with 3 locations in Pine City, Lynchburg, and Cambridge. Find out more at embracemn.com. Don't forget we have our annual Santa's Hotline, which is coming up Friday, December 13th. Have your little ones call in and talk to Santa himself. Joshua Miron, who you can hear on the loudspeaker, and Santa will be live on WCMP and KBEK Friday the 13th from 6 till 8 p.m. You can call the number 320-697-575 is the local number to talk with Santa. Again, that is Friday, December 13th. Now, I don't know about having a Friday the 13th in December. I don't know what that says for Christmas, but hey, it is what it is. As we get set for tip-off here inside Chisago Lakes High School between these two teams, Wildcats and Wolves. And Larson and Hunt are at center court for tip-off, and the tip is won here by the Wildcats, taken in by Osleisen. Osleisen will give it back to Hall. Hall will take it up the court now past center. She looks to her right now, gives it off to Larson. Larson pauses a moment on the elbow. She backs up towards the Chisago Lakes logo. Now she drives right, stops, backs up once again. Finds a lane down the center. She'll take it in, pass it back outside on the far side to Beaver. Beaver now driving into the top of the line. It is tipped and then taken in by Osleisen. The shot clock at 8. Stolen away here by Bella Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom will take it all the way, and her shot is no good, but she is fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. Bella Sahlstrom, and the foul there is on Kayla Larson. So Sahlstrom will be the first one to the line here of the season. And the first one is off the front of the rim, no good. And that one will roll off the front of the rim and in. So it is 1-0 Milaca, but here come the Wildcats once again. It's Hall. Hall will cut to her right. pauses, trying to spin around the defender, gets a screen now to her near side, gives it off. Here to old Osleisen. Osleisen spinning around in the paint and gives it up. It's another steal for Bella Solstrom. Solstrom will take it up the court, trying to drive, picks up her feet, now gives it off to Hunt on the far side. Hunt trying to go in the middle. That is Lydia Cramlett, and Cramlett has it knocked out from behind, and it will go out of bounds and remain Wolves ball. Solstrom will get set to inbound here for the Wolves. Looking, wants to go to Cramlett. Cramlett gets it inbounded. It's up and no good, and then knocked out of bounds once again by the Wildcats, so it will stay with the Wolves. Hunt was the nearest Wolf player next to it, but it will be inbounded again by Solstrom. Solstrom looking. Coming near side here, gives it to Gothman. Gothman driving in, stumbles a bit, and Bella Solstrom comes up with it as that pass went through some traffic. Solstrom guarded well there by Beaver, and now we're going to get another whistle here. This will be another foul on Chisago Lakes. And that one will be on Claire Beaver, so her first, team's second. They will inbound on that far sideline. Ashley Drugsma over there, one of the five seniors. Bella Solstrom from three, jacks it up. It is off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Osleisen. She'll give it up the court here to Larson. Larson on the far side gives it off to Osleisen. Osleisen trying to drive, that is Beaver. Beaver trying to drive inside, and now we've got a whistle. Did Beaver step on the line? No, I think we've got a foul here on the Wolves, and that is on Solstrom, her first and the team's first. Now Beaver will inbound to Hall on the far side. Hall guarded well, but she gets to that near far side elbow, now gives it off in the corner to Thorson. Thorson dribbling to that far side elbow. Nearly had it knocked away, but now she's driving into the paint, puts it up, off the back of the rim, and in for McKenna Thorson. Makes it 2-1. Wildcats now with the lead. On the far side, though, the Wolves come back with a three of their own. It's Ashley Drugsma for three. They get 4-2. Hall with it again on the near side to Thorson. Thorson pauses, gives it up in the paint to Larson. Larson spins around, gives it on the far side to Hall. Now on the elbow to the top of the paint there to Osleisen. Now inside again to Thorson. Shot is up, no good, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touched here, they're going to say by the Wolves, Lydia Cramlett. So it will stay with the Wildcats. Wildcats wearing their green home uniforms, the gold stripe down the side of the jersey and pant, the white letters and numbers outlined in the gold as well. On the far side, it's Thorson with it. Thorson gives it up to Osleisen. Osleisen didn't get the cleanest grab on it, but she gets it back. Guarded well here by Hunt. Now gives it off to Hall. Hall to the basket, lays it in for two. Beautiful pass there from Hall to, or from Thorson to Hall, and that will give it and make it a tie game at 4-piece. That shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Solstrom. And now we're going to get a whistle here on Hunt. Hunt will be the guilty Wolf. And we get a couple substitutions here. Try and keep you up to date on that. Checking in is Annabelle Gothman for the Wolves. And I think that might be the only sub. No, we got number 2 in as well, Kylie Johnson. Try to keep you up to date here. Number 12 in, that is Mariana Cooksley for the Wildcats. Now we're going to get a jump ball here. Cooksley and Kylie Johnson battling for it, and the Wolves will come down with it, or at least the possession arrow. So here come the Wolves trying to get up the court. A little bit of a three-quarters court press here from the Wildcats, and it'll be a turnover here. And the Wildcats will get it right back. Also in now is number 30, Rianne Goring, excuse me. This shot is no good, rebounded there by Gothman. That's Annabelle Gothman. Gothman on the far side, gives it here to number 2. That is Kylie Johnson, who drops it in for 2. Wildcats coming the other way with it. Now on the near side for a long 2. Cooksley. Shot is no good. It's going to be knocked out of bounds and stay. No. It's going to go back to the Wolves as it was knocked out by a Wildcat player. So the Wildcats have it back. It's Sahlstrom now on the near side. Gives it up to Annabelle Gothman, top of the key. Now over to Gothman. Gothman, top to Johnson. Now to Annabelle Gothman. Over here to Ashley Druzma for 3. That's no good off the front of the rim. Rebounded there by Larson. Larson, she'll give it off on the near side here to Beaver. Now over on the near side to Hall, and that is going to hit actually the shot clock. And that will be out of bounds. So another turnover here for the Wildcats. It is 6-4, Wolves on top. I apologize, a little late on changing the scoreboard there. A couple substitutions here for both teams, and we've got the original starting 5 in now for the Wildcats. Inbound here goes to Druzma, and then Gothman had it, but she traveled with it. So that will give it back to the Wildcats. Thorson will get set to inbound, and she'll give it up here to Hall. Hall on the near side gives it back to Thorson. Thorson on the near side corner to Goring, and Goring for 3. That is good to make it 7-6 Wildcats. And now on the other side, it's Gothman. That's Madison Gothman for 2. It is no good, and it will be nearly rebounded there by Goring, but she dribbled it as it went out of bounds, so it will stay with the Wolves. Sahlstrom will get set to inbound here for Milaca. Sahlstrom looking, instead goes more in the paint, but it is stolen away here by Goring. Up the court quickly to Hall. Hall had it knocked out of her hands. She tries to give it up here to Oz Leeson. Back to Hall. Hall's shot is short, and it's going to be taken by Druzma. Druzma quickly up the court. Gives it to Sahlstrom in the paint. A lot of contact there, but no whistle. Now we get a whistle, and we get a foul here on the Wildcats. That will be their team's 3rd. We'll wait to see who this one is on. I think they're going to get McKenna Thorson for that one. That'll be her first, team's 3rd. Sahlstrom will get set to inbound again. Quick conversation between the refs, and we're ready to go. Sahlstrom getting set to inbound, looking. A deep inbound here to Druzma. Druzma comes down with it. And she'll give it off on the far side to Hunt. Willow Hunt has it. Gives it back to Gothman, top of the key for 3. That's just off the mark, rebounded there by Cooksley. Cooksley will give it off to Beaver. Beaver quickly up the court on the near side, driving in the paint. Tries to give it up here to Osleeson on the near side for a wide open 3, but it was out of her hands, knocked around a bit, and it was last touched by the Wildcats. They'll inbound here now to Annabelle Gothman. Over back here to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom nearly had to go through her hands, and then she gives it up to Gothman. That was contested, and Hunt gives it up under the defender's legs. It winds up getting to Madison Gothman, now to Annabelle Gothman for 3. That's going to be no good. It winds up bouncing off the rim and then touching the top of the backboard. That is out of bounds, so we'll go back to the Wildcats. Inbound here to Hall from Osleeson. Hall coming near side. Wanted to give it up. No, she looks for a screen. Doesn't get it. She'll give it back to Osleeson. Osleeson looking. She'll give it off to Goring. Goring for 3. It's going to come up short. Taken in by Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom takes up the court on the near side. Cuts it to the middle. Now to the top of the key for Madison Gothman. Wide open 3 is no good. Rebounded there by Kayla Larson. Larson takes it in. She'll give it off to Beaver. Beaver takes it right up the center of the court and has it poked and stolen away by Annabelle Gothman. She'll take it the distance. Shot is up off the rim, no good. Rebounded here by Madison Gothman, and now we're going to get actually a jump ball call And the possession arrow favors the Wildcats. Lydia Cramlett checking back in, and checking in for the first time here tonight, Grace Haas. Interesting that she wasn't in the starting lineup, maybe due to some injury or something else, or maybe they're just shaking it up a bit. But Grace Haas, a very talented player. Hall bringing it up the court now for the Wildcats off that jump ball. Hall has it, gives it back to Goring here on the near side. She takes it to the top of the key. Gives it inside now to Larson. Larson spins around. Shot is up. No good. Rebounded here by Annabelle Gothman. She'll take it up the court. Nearly got away with a double dribble there, but she gets it away. Lydia Cramlett now gives it off on the far side to Droogsma. That is no good for Ashley Droogsma. Now we're going to get a whistle here, and I think this is going to go against the Wildcats again. If so, that'll be their 4th team foul, and it's the 2nd on Kayla Larson. And not a shooting foul, so it will just be inbounded here by Milaca. 7-6 our score. Wildcats lead on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Annabelle Gothman looking to inbound. She does to Ashley Droogsma. Droogsma gives off to Grace Haas. And from the near side, Lydia Cramlett. Shot no good from 3, rebounded by Annabelle Gothman. Now to Willow Hunt, back to Lydia Cramlett. Now over to Grace Haas on the far side, Ashley Droogsma for 3. It's no good. Rebounded, though, there by Annabelle Gothman. Now to Lydia Cramlett. Cramlett trying to drive inside, gives it off on the far side. Grace Haas for 3, no good. And that resets the shot clock. It did hit the rim before that buzzer went, but now we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with the Wolves. So we get a jump ball call. The possession arrow favors the Wolves. They'll get it back. Checking in for the Wildcats is going to be Cooksley. Annabelle Gothman will inbound here to Willow Hunt. Willow Hunt at the top of the key. Gives it to Cramlett. Lydia Cramlett on that far side to Ashley Droogsma. Droogsma trying to get around a defender. Drives inside. Now we're going to get a whistle and another foul here on the Wildcats. That'll be their team's 5th. And the first there on Osleson. And we get a couple subs here for the Wolves. Hunt and Droogsma out. In is Kylie Johnson and Madison Gothman. Annabelle Gothman looking. Wanted to go to Grace Haas. Instead, we'll go to the top of the key to Lydia Cramlett. Cramlett gives it off on the near side there to Madison Gothman. Gives here to Annabelle Gothman. It goes off her foot, and Annika Hall will get credit for the steal. Beaver gives it off to Goring, and that shot is no good. Rebounded by Gothman. That's Madison Gothman. Then the pass up court to Lydia Cramlett is just long, and it will go out of bounds and go back to the Wildcats. A good fast break opportunity there for the Wildcats on that last possession, but just unable to get it to fall in. But they'll get it back anyways. Cooksley on that far side has it. Drives, gives it off here on the near side. Referee just in the way, so I couldn't see the number. Hall will give it off to Beaver on the far side for 3. Rolls off the rim. It is no good. Rebounded there by Annabelle Gothman. Yet another rebound for Annabelle Gothman. She is playing really well rebounding here tonight. Lydia Cramlett has it on the far side to Madison Gothman. Spinning around one defender. Drives inside the paint. Puts up the shot. That is knocked away by Cooksley. And it is still with the Wolves. Johnson there. Gives it to Cramlett. Cramlett trying to drive inside. Her shot is up. No good. But she got fouled. But Cooksley with a beautiful block there. And now we're going to have a conversation between the referees. And it's going to be another foul here on the Wildcats. Teams 6 and the first for Goring. Not a shooting foul. I think that's what they were discussing. Checking in for the Wildcats, McKenna Thorson and Annabelle Gothman will ready her inbound. She gives it here to Madison Gothman. Not sure if there's any relation. Maybe sisters, I would assume, but you never know. She gives it off to Johnson. Now to Annabelle Gothman again. Driving inside. Shot is up. No good. But she was fouled, and that will be a shooting foul. So she'll line and shoot 2. Plus now they'll be in the bonus, as that is the team's 7th for the Wildcats. That is going to go against Mariana Cooksley. Her first, team 7th. So again, that will, any foul now will send the Wolves to the line. First one is up and good from Annabelle Gothman to tie us at 7 apiece. That one is up and good as well. So Annabelle Gothman gets 2 there on the board to make it 8-7. Wolves will now take the lead. Meanwhile, Annika Hall has it for the Wildcats. Nearly had it poked away. In fact, now they're going to get a call here on Gothman for a reach-in foul there. And that will be her first, team's third. Hall looking to inbound. Wanted to go one way, and then it was knocked out by Annabelle Gothman. Hall will inbound here to Beaver on the near side. Beaver travels towards that Chisago Lakes logo. Nice move to get past the defender in the paint. Knocked away by Annabelle Gothman. What a block there by Annabelle Gothman. Says, I see the block on the other end. I need to get one of my own. She does there. Claire Beaver readying the inbound for the Wildcats as it was knocked out by the Wolves. Inbounded here to Cooksley. Cooksley in the paint, dealing with a lot of trouble. That is just extremely stripped away by Sahlstrom. Bumping bodies out there. She'll give it off now to Madison Gothman. Madison has it. Wanted to Annabelle. Instead, she'll go to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom on the near side on that elbow. Makes the defender leap, but then the ball is actually knocked away. She gets it back. Willow Hunt has it. She's going to try and drive inside the paint. Gives it off on the far side to Madison Gothman, but that ball actually hit the baseline, so it will be a turnover, and it will go back to the Wildcats. And with that, I do believe we're going to get our first time out of the game. It will be taken by the Wildcats. Wolves lead here on that Brace Orthodontic scoreboard 8-7 over the Wildcats. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors here on KBEK.
It sure is good to be at deer camp with you guys again. What'd you guys see out there?
Yeah, I passed on the 10-pointer.
You say that every year, man.
What? I'm a big buck hunter.
I just couldn't pull the trigger. It was such a beautiful animal.
Eric, we're here to put food in the freezer, man.
I know.
Did you see anything good, Joshua?
It was huge! Right now, grab a $10 gift certificate to Mia's Cafe in Pine City. Mia's. $5. Ha!
Are you always working?
Find these and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals. That's WCMPradio.com/deals.
Back here on KBEK 95.5 FM. Game Day Gilman joining you here at Chisago Lakes High School, where the Wildcats host the Milaca Wolves. 8-7 is the lead for Milaca on that Brace Orthodontic scoreboard. 8:42 left here in the first half. Wildcats will get set to inbound as the turnover happened with a pass that was on the baseline from the Wolves. Hall will inbound to Beaver, and Beaver will take it up the court again. Hall and Beaver, both freshmen, out there on the court starting on this varsity team. Again, no seniors, only 2 juniors for the Wildcats, so a very young team. They get it inside to Cooksley now. Cooksley inside the paint. She is double teamed, and then we're going to get a whistle and a foul called here on Milaca. I believe that might go against Willow Hunt. We'll wait and see. Yeah, that's who it will go on. It will go on Willow Hunt, her second and the team's fourth. Beaver will get set to inbound. Inbound here to Thorson on the near side. Thorson guarded by Sahlstrom. Thorson looking. She'll go across the court on the far side to Beaver. Beaver back to the top of the key to Hall. Now over on the near side, Thorson. Thorson going to take a long 2. It's off the rim, no good. On that far side, Cooksley somehow came up with the rebound. This time, it is going to be rebounded by Ashley Droogsma. Sahlstrom directing Annabelle Gothman more to go. She'll give it on the far side there to Madison. Madison Gothman gives it up to Willow Hunt inside in the paint. Ashley Droogsma with the hook shot. It is no good. Rebounded here by Rianne Goring, and it will be knocked out of bounds by the Wolves, so it will stay with the Wildcats on that far sideline. Asleason Back into the game for Goring. Beaver will get the inbound. She'll take it up the court, give it off on the far side to Thorson. Thorson trying to go in the paint to Cooksley. It's knocked out of play by Willow Hunt. Hunt has got those long arms. She's able to get those arms in really anywhere. That time knocks it out of bounds. And a lot of times, yeah, that may not look like a lot. It won't show up on the stat sheet, but that makes the offense think twice about where they're passing it. Hall had an open shot. She instead waits and sets up the play. She'll give it back to Beaver. Now on the far side there to Thorson. Thorson back to Hall. Now on the near side, Beaver back to Hall, top of the key. And she wanted to go over to Thorson. Thorson, it was tipped on her way and then knocked out of bounds. Thought for a moment by Madison Gothman, but that is not the case. It is going to be out off of the Wildcats. Yeah. Thorson thought it was Wildcat ball, but no, instead it is Milaca ball. Madison will inbound to Annabelle. Again, presumably sisters, but you never know. It could be cousins. They might not even be related. I know plenty of the cases where that happens. Madison Gothman will drive inside. The shot is up, no good, and Cooksley comes down with the rebound. Gives it off to Hall. Hall up the court with it. Faked it one way, takes it near side. She's going to go into a double team to Cooksley. Cooksley trying to bounce into the paint, but instead gives it back to Hall. Hall for three, just off the mark, and Cooksley another rebound. Cooksley trying to get out of that double team. Turnaround jumper is in. Ariana Cooksley for two. So the Wildcats take the lead right back, 9-8. Annabelle Gothman up to Willow Hunt, now to Madison Gothman for three on the other side, no good. It is going to be rebounded there by Ashley Drugsma on the near side. Dribble behind the back to get it away from Cooksley. She gives it off to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom at the top of the key. Looking for someone to go to, gives it off to Madison Gothman. She's guarded well by the freshman Beaver. Gives it off the near side to Annabelle. Drugsma wide open from three, no good. And it was rebounded for a moment by the Wildcats, Osleson, but then it was knocked out of her hands, out of bounds, last touched by Osleson, the sophomore. So it will stay with the Wolves, Sahlstrom will get set to inbound for the Wolves to Madison Gothman to Drugsma. Back to Sahlstrom on that near side corner for three. It is well long, but that is rebounded by Annabelle Gothman, nearing double digits already in rebounds. Over now to Madison Gothman. Gets around one defender. Now they're going to get a whistle. It's going to get a foul here on the Wildcats. That will send the Wolves to the line for a 1-and-1. And who did they get? They're going to get that one on Osleson, her second, team's eighth. And now Madison Gothman to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. We're going to get a timeout called here, I believe, by the Wolves. So they take a timeout. They'll be left with four. And on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, there are 6 minutes and 4 seconds left here in the first half. We'll take a commercial break. Be back after word.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Back here on KBK, Ethan Game Day Gilman joining you for this girls basketball game here at Chisago Lakes High School, where the Wildcats host the Wolves of Milaca. Milaca at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. It's Madison Gothman there after the foul from Osleson. Her first one is no good, and because it is no good, it will be able to be rebounded, and it was there by Cooksley. Hall with it, gives it over on the far side there to Thorson, trying to go in the paint to Osleson. She had it taken away, but she steals it right back. Beaver, it's the pass inside, waits for the defender to go by and drops it in for two. 11-8. Back the other way, Madison Gothman, it's up and in for two, plus the and one. So Madison Gothman quickly back the other way, drops it in for two, and the and one, the foul there, going to go on Osleson, her third, team's ninth. And now she'll try and go for the three-point play. Missed her last free throw. This one is no good as well. But it's going to be rebounded there by Willow Hunt. So the Wolves will get another try. Madison Gothman has it. She gives it to Annabelle. That's Annabelle Gothman. She at the top of the key. Gives it near side to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom takes it to the top of the key to Madison. Inside to Willow Hunt. Hunt gives it off Sahlstrom. Droogsma for two. No good. And the rebound there by Hunt. They weren't really sure if they could keep going on it. And that ball is going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Wildcats. Cooksley, and no foul there, even though Sahlstrom did hit the court. And now we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to check the scorers table for a moment. 5:13 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Their board-certified orthodontists are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at embracemn.com. Sahlstrom will get set to inbound for the Wolves. We'll have 16 seconds on the shot clock. She gives it off to Droogsma. Droogsma for three on the far side. Comes up well short. But Annabelle Gothman is right there ready for the rebound to put it back in for two. And now the Wolves have a 12-11 lead. Beaver has it. Gives it off on the near side to Hall. That pass was actually tipped to her, but winds up getting to her now to Beaver. Now on the far side to Thorson. Thorson had it tipped away. Nearly stolen. We're going to get a jump ball call, and it will stay with the Wildcats. That possession arrow pointing their direction. Thorson will inbound off of the jump ball. Now got it to Hall. Back to Thorson. Thorson on the far side. Trying to cut it back near side. Trying to go inside, but it is stolen away by Madison Gothman. Up the other way, Annabelle Gothman. Shot is no good. Oh, and they're going to get a whistle there. That looked clean, but they're going to say it was not. So that will put the Wolves in the double bonus. That one's going to go against Annika Hall, her first, team's 10th. And now, no matter what, it's going to be two for the Wolves from here on out. Annabelle Gothman at the line. First one is up and good from Annabelle Gothman. .439 to go. It is 13-11. Gothman's next one is good as well. So she makes 2 of 2 that time. Make it 14-11, a 3-point difference now. Wildcats will take it up the court. Beaver will give it off to Hall on the near side. Back over to Hall on the far side. Hall back to Beaver. Beaver looking back to Hall. Hall to Thorson. Thorson holding that ball above her head, looking, trying to find someone to go to. Now to Beaver, but that is going to be stolen away by Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom will take it up the court onto the near side, gives it to Willow Hunt. Willow Hunt left alone for three. No good. Off the top of the rim. It is knocked out of bounds by Claire Beaver. It will stay with the Wolves, but Claire Beaver making a play, trying just to let the Wolves know, hey, I'm here. You have to deal with me all night. Sahlstrom will get set to inbound, looking. She'll give it off to Annabelle Gothman on the near side corner. He drives around the horn. Now on the far side elbow, gives it back to Droogsma. Droogsma at the top of the key. Looking, she gives it to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom guarded well by Beaver. 5 seconds to shoot. Gives it to Willow Hunt, and it is nearly stolen away. 2-1. Hunt. Shot is up. No good. Shot clock resets. It is no good, and it is rebounded there. Well, actually, no rebound's going to happen because we're going to get a jump ball. Madison Gothman and McKenna Thorson were tied up there, and that jump ball now possession arrow will favor the Wolves. So the Wolves will keep it here with 3:44 to go. They lead 14-11. Sahlstrom will get set to inbound once again for Milaca. Gives it off to Droogsma. Quick turnaround shot for a long two is good. So Droogsma for two to make it 16-11, and the largest lead of the night for either side is now 5 points. Thorson with it on the far side, gives it to Beaver on the near side, towards the Chisago Lakes logo. Back to Thorson on the far side. Trying to set it up to find a lane to drive in the paint, but nothing doing. And now that pass is going to be stolen away by Madison Gothman. And now another foul here by the Wildcats, and it'll be 2 for Gothman. We'll see who that is on. That is going to go against McKenna Thorson. believe that is now 11 team fouls for Chisago Lakes, and Madison Gothman at the line to shoot him. Went 0 for 1 on her last 2 attempts. This one is up and no good. Score stays 16-11. Lydia Cramlett, as well as Kylie Johnson in for the Wolves. One more substitution. Looks like Cooksley will check in for the Wildcats. She will come in here for Kayla Larson. So with those subs, we're ready to go again, as Madison Gothman was no good on her first. This one off the front of the rim rolls its way in. So she makes that one. It's 17-11. The largest lead again for now either side is 6 points. Claire Beaver will take it up the court, trying to drift far side. She'll give it back to, tried to give it to Hall, but it is stolen away by Madison Gothman. Fast break, up and in for 2 to make it now 19-11. And all of a sudden, the Wolves are starting to pull away here late in the first half. Beaver with it once again. Passing lanes have been closed, but nice screen there from Cooksley. That one is up and no good. Rebounded here by who else but Gothman. It's Madison Gothman up the court. Shot is up, no good, and no whistle. That's a good, clean block by Claire Beaver. So Beaver will get credit for the block, but that is out of bounds. Last touch by the Wildcats, so it will stay with the Wolves. 19-11 they lead. Sahlstrom readying her inbound. Tries to go right underneath the basket there to Kylie Johnson. Kylie Johnson, but nearly had it stolen away. She gets off to Drugsma. Now it's to Sahlstrom in the far side corner. Back to Drugsma on the far side elbow. It's no good. Johnson will get the rebound. Her shot is up and no good. Gets her own rebound. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded here by Beaver. Beaver gives it up to Thorson on the far side all the way across the court, but Sahlstrom waiting for that one. Right in the line of the pass, and Sahlstrom to the basket. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Madison Gothman. That shot is up, no good. Cooksley finds herself there for the rebound for the Wildcats. She'll get it out of trouble to Beaver, then to Hall. Hall shot up, no good. And, well, the Wolves didn't realize they were each teammates, so they knock it out of each other's hands. Hall will get the rebound. Shot is up and no good there by Goring, and it is rebounded by Ashley Drugsma for the Wolves. Drugsma takes it up the court quickly, lays it in for 2. Make it 21-11. Wolves with 1:45 to go in this first half. Hall. Pass over to Beaver on the far side, now to Cooksley. Cooksley double-teamed, in some trouble getting through the double team, but instead of getting through, she gets fouled. And that will be on Madison Gothman, her first. Team's 5th. Quick substitution here for the Wildcats. Kayla Larson checks in for Goring. Hall gives it over to, Larson. Larson over to Thorson. Thorson now to Hall. Hall for 3. Just off the mark, and it's rebounded there by Grace Haas. Here they go. Annabelle Gothman has it. Through a double team. Shot is up and good, plus the and one. My goodness. What a play there by Annabelle Gothman. That foul going to go on Cooksley, her second. And it'll be one shot here for Annabelle Gothman. Shot is off the front of the rim. It rolls in. So that will make it 24-11 Milaca. Beaver brings it up the court for the Wildcats. Gives it off near side. And this shot from Thorson off the mark, but Hall is right there for the rebound. Gives it back to Beaver. Now to Cooksley. Cooksley just outside the paint, gives off near side Thorson. Thorson wanted to go for 3, but she's guarded well by Haas. Now takes off, gets around Haas for a moment. Nearly lost that one out of bounds and tried to give it back to Cooksley. It's stolen away here by Gothman. That's Annabelle Gothman. Again, shot is up, no good. Oh, they're going to get a whistle that time, and another foul here on the Wildcats. This one's going to go against Claire Beaver, her second. So it'll be 2 for Annabelle Gothman. Yeah, I wasn't too sure about that foul. That one didn't, it didn't look like she had her hands down. It looked like her hands were up. That's what the Wildcats head coach is asking. He gets the explanation. Maybe not so much okay with it, but he'll move on. And for the first time here tonight, that rebound, or that free throw is no good by Annabelle Gothman. Up to that point, she was 6 for 6. That foul now going to go against the Wolves' Madison Gothman, her second, team's 6th. And we're under a minute to go here in the first half. 25-11 is the score. Wolves with the lead over the Wildcats. Cooksley has it on the pass from Hall now to Beaver on the near side, and she is fouled, and that one is going to go against Kylie Johnson. Her first, team 7th, so that'll be a 1-and-1 shot now for Claire Beaver. 33 seconds to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Again, Beaver. First one is up, it rattles through. So she'll get another shot to make it 25-12. And this one's good as well. Claire Beaver makes them both to make it 25-13, but quickly down the court come the Wolves. Cramlin has it, gives it off to Madison Gothman. Gothman looking, she'll give it over to Annabelle. Annabelle on the near side, Drugsma. Drugsma had it for a moment, but then she decides to pull it down, gives it back to Madison. Madison over to Grace Haas. Haas with it, drifts near side, gives it back to Madison. Madison looking for Annabelle. She gives it off to Annabelle. Annabelle gets that. Oh my goodness, she got the opening she wanted. She nearly loses it, gives it to Madison. Madison in the paint, back out to Drugsma. Drugsma for three. No good, off the back of the rim, rebounded there by Annabelle Gothman. She gives it to Madison, back to Annabelle, and not paying close enough attention to the game clock, and they will not get a shot off. So, halftime here in Chisago Lakes. The Wolves lead 13-25 at the half. We will take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll recap this first half between these two teams and tell you what's coming up as well. You're listening to girls high school basketball here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
106.5 FM, 1350 AM is your home for Packers football.
It will be Green Bay football. Crowd was roaring.
Get all the action every game, every game.
There he goes. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. He leaped into the end zone. Touchdown.
The hits, the touchdowns, the Lambeau leaps. Live Packers action every game.
There is your dagger.
Catch every game locally. 106.5 FM or 1350 AM. WCMP.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Hey there, sports fans. Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City, and we have a Lee's Crazy Sale going on. It's time to gear up for hockey, basketball, wrestling, or volleyball equipment, as it is all 20% off. That's right, 20% off all your favorite hockey, basketball, wrestling, and volleyball equipment. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, Lee's Pro Shop has everything you need to take your game to the next level. So don't wait. Stop by Lee's Pro Shop today. Save big on your favorite sports equipment. Hurry in for Lee's Crazy Sale. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, the Pine City Holiday Station Store off 35 has got a quick meal on the go for you. $3 gets you a hot snack or hot dog, chips, and a Polar Pop. $4 for a breakfast sandwich, hash brown, and medium coffee. Or $5 gets you a personal pizza and a 20-ounce Pepsi. Get snacking. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Don't let deer derail your future. Pine Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual encourage you to practice safe driving, especially this time of the year. If you see a deer on the road, slow down, stay calm, and don't swerve to avoid it. Find more driving tips at GrinnellMutual.com. We are dedicated to your safety, so you can trust in tomorrow. Contact Pine Insurance Agency, your local Grinnell Mutual agent at pineagency.us today for all your insurance needs. Trust in tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reassurance Company.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Whoa, they've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. Right now, load up on deals like Red Bull 8.4 ounce cans, 3 for $6.50, Frito-Lay varieties, buy one get one free, buy a fountain drink and get a Reese's King Size candy bar for $2, and fill your propane tanks for $3.99 a gallon to get ready for hunting and frying that turkey. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, we're at the halftime portion of this game. And on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, the Wolves lead the Wildcats 25-13. Taking a look at some of our first half stats there for the Wolves. Of course, their leading scorer was Annabelle Gothman. She had 10 points in that first half, 10 of them. So 10 of their 25 belonged to her. 5 for Madison Gothman. Again, I'm assuming that they're sisters, but I could be wrong. 7, though, for Ashley Drugsman, then 1 for Bella Sahlstrom there in that first half. Rebound-wise for the Wolves, 8 in that first half for Annabelle Gothman. She came in off the bench, and really she looked like a starter. I mean, she comes in off the bench, and immediately I thought, man, she's definitely going to be in a starting role here sooner rather than later, because she came off the bench and just provided them a spark. It was still close before she came in, and it was back and forth, 1 point difference here and there. But when she came in, you could really tell that, man, there was a different spark. Now, it took some time, but they finally pulled away there within the last 4 minutes of this first half, did the Wolves, but she was a big part of that. She went, I think it was, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 7 in that first half from the free throw line. Her team total went 8 of 13. They had 10 steals in that first half. 5 of them come from Bella Sahlstrom. She is just ripping it out of these young ladies' hands. And then they did have a total of 7 team fouls. They did have their largest lead of the half of either side. Towards the end, it was a 14-point lead before the Wildcats were able to cut that down to now 12. For the Wildcats, again, only 13 on the board so far. Claire Beaver leads the team with 4. 3 for Goring, and then 2 for Cooksley, Thorson, and Annika Hall. Rebound-wise, though, leading the team is Cooksley with 6 of those rebounds. They had 2 steals in that first half, 2 blocks, and they were big blocks. One came from Cooksley. She got the nice block there. Knocked it out of bounds, unfortunately, as did Hall, but still, blocks, I think, are huge because at some point they're going to make a difference, and the team is going to have to worry about where you're at when they're shooting, because that could also get into their head and make them second-guess their shot as well. For the free throw line, they were 2 of 2, both of them from Claire Beaver, but they did commit 13 team fouls in that first half. Only one of their players had 3. That was Osleeson, but they had a plethora with 2. They had Beaver with 2, Larson with 2, Thorson with 2, as well as Cooksley, each with 2, 1 for Hall and Goring. So, unfortunately, they're going to be in a little bit of foul trouble coming into this second half, so they're going to have to be careful. I don't think they're going to play less aggressive by any stretch of the imagination, but they are going to I think, take a little bit extra caution, so that way they don't have to dig in too deep to the bench this early on. But maybe that ain't the worst thing in the world either, because maybe you dig into a little bit deeper on the bench and you get some of these younger players to play early on in the season. That way, if you have, unfortunately, injuries are part of sports, which is sad. I mean, everyone hates them, but if you have injuries or if you have someone who's just unable to go because of an illness or something else, you have these younger players who are able to go for you as well. And again, this Chisago Lakes team is young in and of itself. They've got 2 juniors, Kayla Larson and Rian Goring. Other than that, it's sophomores, 8th and 9th graders. That is what they have on this team. There are no seniors for the Wildcats. So even though it is a young team, maybe not the worst thing in the world for them to get all this experience, because think about what they're going to have coming back next year once again in the talent. I mean, you're going to have 2 seniors in Larson and Goring, but then the rest are going to be, you're only going to have 3 juniors. The rest are going to be 9th and 10th graders. So this team is set up for a long, for the future in a good way. The results might not be where they want to be this year. Of course, they're trailing by 12 here in this first half, but let me tell you something. This team is going to be set for a long time for this girls basketball team. We're going to take another commercial break here. We're from some of our fine sponsors. We're here at Chisago Lakes High School for this girls basketball game between the Wildcats and the Wolves of Milaca.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsan, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Oh, come on. I am so due. Let's go. Give Mama something good. Oh, yes!
This week, score a $10 gift certificate to Pizza Hut in Pine City for just $5. Savings on slices. Only $5. Pizza Hut.
Nice! WCMPradio.com/deals.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM. Apologize. Try it again. Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. Wolves lead over the Wildcats 25-13 here on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. They'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. Plus, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. Find out more at EmbraceMN.com. Don't forget, we've got our annual Santa Hotline coming up here on Friday, December 13th. Have your little ones call in and talk to Santa himself. Joshua Miron and Santa will be live on WCMP and KBEK Friday the 13th from 6 till 8 p.m. You can call our number to talk with Santa. Won't give you that number just yet, just because, well, I want to make sure you're not calling in yet. That, again, it's for Friday, December 13th. Wildcats will start with the ball to begin half number 2. They will go from left to right on your radio dial. Wolves will go right to left. Thorson will get set to inbound here to Hall. Hall starts in the backcourt. Guarded by Cramlett. She'll give it over to Beaver on the far side. Beaver looking. She tries to get around the defender, Gothman. Beaver guarded well by Madison Gothman. Had it knocked away. They're going to get a foul here on Madison Gothman. Yeah, they're going to get Madison Gothman. She was a little bit confused on why she got the foul. It was close. Let's put it that way. That'll be her third, team's first of the second half. Beaver will inbound here to Thorson, gives it right back to Beaver. Beaver had an open shot from 3, but gives it off instead to Osleson. Beaver now over to Thorson on the far side. To Osleson, over to Beaver. Back on the near side here to Hall, now to Beaver, now to Thorson on the far side for Osleeson. 5 seconds to shoot. Osleeson in the paint. Hook shot is up and good. Osleeson with her first points of the game. Makes it 25-15. Wolves have it now. Madison Gothman with it. She gives it to Cramlett on the near side. Cramlett fakes one way, drives back to the top of the key, gives it back to Madison Cramlett. Now over to Lydia, Madison Gothman now to Lydia Cramlett. Back to Madison. Madison wanted to go to Willow Hunt instead, gives it to Cramlett. Cramlett goes near side, now far side to Sahlstrom. A three from Droogsma is off the mark. Oh, it takes a nasty bounce. Wolves get it. It's Cramlett. Then rebounded there by Osleeson. Thorson with it, tries to give it in the paint, but that pass is well off the mark. Droogsma, give her credit for a steal. Droogsma gives it up far side to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom wanting to go to Cramlett, instead turns around on that far side now on the elbow, looking. Maybe the play a little bit confusing there, but Madison Gothman puts up a three. It's no good. Rebounded there by Kayla Larson, her third. Hall gives it over now to Thorson. Thorson guarded by Madison Gothman. Thorson now going inside to Kayla Larson. That shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Willow Hunt. To Droogsma to Cramlett. Cramlett on the near side to Gothman. Gothman over to Cramlett. Cramlett to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom will give it up inside. Pass is poked away, taken by the Wildcats. Did we get a timeout? No, we're going to get a jump ball. So the steal there, we're not going to get a steal. Instead, we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Wolves, so they will hold on to it. Inbound here to Cramlett. Cramlett goes far side to Sahlstrom. A little bit behind her, but she gets it. Now back to the Cramlett, top of the key. Back over to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom trying to drive. That pass is stolen away by Larson. She says, give me that. Now fast break opportunity for Hall. She gives it back here to Larson. Larson now to Thorson. Thought about the long three, but instead pulls it down. Thorson will try and drive inside. Good, no call there as that one is knocked away, and it will be out of bounds. Unfortunately, last touch by Larson, so that'll give it back to the Wolves. Great opportunity there for the Wildcats to get some points, but just could not complete a good pass, and the shot was just a little bit off. We're going to get an early timeout here by the Wolves. Interesting. A little bit surprising, too, just because so early on. Only 2.5 minutes into this second half, and a timeout is called there by the Wolves. But obviously they're seeing something that they want to hop on right away and make sure they fix. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. 25-15. Wolves with the lead. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. 25-15. Wolves with the lead. They will have the ball out of this timeout. And now maybe a little bit of confusion. Nope, looks like we're good. They were just making sure the scorers table was ready. We're all set to go, and Cramlett will inbound here to Madison Gothman. She'll give it right back to Cramlett. Cramlett takes up the court, gives off on the far side to Gothman. Now to Sahlstrom. Now back to Cramlett on the elbow. Cramlett looks, takes it, gives it to Droogsma, to Gothman. Now to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom guarded well. She gives it back to Cramlett. Cramlett trying to get around two defenders. Gives it to Willow Hunt. That is up for grabs. Droogsma somehow comes up with it. Now it's still up for grabs. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Wolves. And Cooksley with a heads-up play there for the Wildcats. She could have grabbed that one, but would have risked touching it and going out of bounds. So she did the smart thing, let it go, knowing that it was going to be her ball anyway. So great awareness there by Cooksley. Meanwhile, the Wildcats have it. Now Hall here for three, and it's good. Annika Hall for three to make it 25-18. She was wide open on that far side and delivered. Droogsma now for the Wolves, She'll give it back to Cramlett. Cramlett to Gothman to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom guarded well. She'll give it over to Cramlett. Cramlett had a three opportunity, but she dropped the pass. Now gives it to Droogsma. Now to Madison Gothman for three. She's trying to answer, can't. And that ball is up for grabs. It's going to be Droogsma who comes up with the rebound for the Wolves. To Cramlett. Cramlett, turnaround three, no good. And it's rebounded there by Rianne Goring. Hall will give it up on the near side to Beaver. Beaver stands on that elbow. She'll dribble to the top of the key now. Gives it off far side to Hall. Hall to Larson's going to come up short, and Drugsma's there. Takes it in like a little lob pass. Up the court with it, gives it off to Madison Gothman. Gothman over to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom stops. A long two is up. It bounces no good. Hunt there for the rebound and gives it off to Gothman for two. 27-18. Good start for the Wildcats, but Milaca finally gets on the board. Beaver for the Wildcats. She dribbles around one defender, takes it to the basket, misses. Rebound by Goring. She drops it in for two to make it 27-20. Great move there by Beaver, just missing on the shot, but her teammate right there for the rebound and putting it in the basket. Hall, great defense on Sahlstrom. She finally gets it over to Drugsma, now to Cramlett. Cramlett in the near side corner. Gives it back over to Sahlstrom, and we're going to get a foul here on the Wildcats, I think, or is it on the Wolves? Oh, they're going to say on the Wolves. That foul there is going to go against McKenna Thorson. Her third, team's second of the second half. Quick substitution here. We will get not Grace Haas, Lily Smith into the game for the Wildcats. Smith will inbound here to Beaver. Lily Smith checks into the game for the first time here tonight. She is also a freshman. Thorson with it. Now a long three is going to come up well short. That's Annabelle Gothman. Not real surprising as to who came up with that. Madison Gothman with it now. She'll give it all the way across the court to Sahlstrom. Drugsma wide open for three, far side. Oh, it's good! Plus the and one! And the rare 4-point play opportunity. Ashley Drugsma. Got the three to drop, and now I did not see who that foul was on. A 4-point play there. Didn't quite see who that foul was on. I think they got it on Goring. Either way, the Wildcats have it back now. With it is Osleson. Osleson gives off on the far side here to Goring, and they're going to get a foul here on the Wolves. That'll be their team's third of the second half. At least I thought, yeah. And it's going to be on Kylie Johnson, her second. Inbound pass here to Goring. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded there by Kylie Johnson. She'll give it off to Annabelle Gothman. Now to Drugsma. Drugsma takes it inside, gives it back to Annabelle Gothman for three. It is good. Annabelle Gothman makes it 30-24. A little bit behind on my, and I apologize, 30-24. That ball is going to be stolen away by Annabelle Gothman, her third, and then nearly stolen right back by the Wildcats, but the Wolves hold on to it. Drugsma on the far side for three. No good. That is out of bounds. Ooh, good luck telling who that was off of. They're going to say it was off the Wildcats, so the Wolves will hold on to it. Or it's 34-20, excuse me. I'm all sorts off. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's the first game of the season, so bear with me. Quick substitutions here for the Wildcats. Cooksley and Hall back in, as well as Larson. Sahlstrom will get set to inbound for Milaca. A lob pass in to Drugsma at the top of the key. Drugsma will give it to Annabelle Gothman. She'll give it to Madison. Madison inside to Drugsma. Drugsma hook shot is good, plus the and one. My goodness. And that'll be the second team foul for the Wildcats. And the third on McKenna Thorson. No. It is good. 3-point play for Ashley Drugsma. Hall has it nearly stolen away by Annabelle Gothman, but they're going to get her for a foul. That'll be her second, team's fourth. And this is going to be stolen away by Drugsma. Drugsma gives off far side to Madison Gothman. That shot is no good. We got a whistle. And I think we're going to get that on the Wolves. Ashley Drugsmel, her first, team's fifth. So the Wildcats have it back. 37-20. Hall with it. Gets a screen, but Sahlstrom sniffs that out. She'll give it off to Osleson. Osleson trying to get around the corner, and the defender gives it back here to Cooksley. Cooksley, short two in the paint. No good. Rebounded by Annabelle Gothman. Her 10th rebound. Spin move inside for Sahlstrom. Shot is up. No good. It is rebounded by Kylie Johnson. She'll throw it at the basket. That's no good. And rebounded there by Kayla Larson. Quickly up the court go the Wildcats. Thorson with it. She'll give it back to Hall. Hall, she has her teammate open. Larson, for a long three. It's no good. Madison Gothman with the rebound. Fast break opportunity. Shot is up and good, plus the and one. Wow. The third team foul here on the Wildcats. The third for Kayla Larson. And again, Madison Gothman with the chance for a three-point play here. 39-20. Wolves lead. Their largest lead of the night now at 19 points. And that's off the front of the rim, but in for Madison Gothman. So now it's 40-20. Wolves with the lead. Larson with it for the Wildcats, though, up in their side of the court. Gives it off to Osleson. Trying to get her around the defender. Hunt spins back, trying to lob it up. Instead, she'll pull it down. Gives it off to Cooksley inside the paint. Shot is, no good. Good look, but no good. And rebounded by Willow Hunt to Cramlett. Now on the near side, Drugsma gives it off the near side. Madison Gothman wide open in the corner. That rolls off the rim. That is going to go. Annabelle Gothman has said, hey, that's not going to go out of bounds. I'm going to get it. But instead, it is going to be, I think that's technically a steal for Hall. She's going to be double teamed, has no help. Finally gets it up the court now, and she'll get it to Osleson. Back to Hall in the paint. Thorson for two. Good looking play there, even though it didn't look good to begin with. Kind of started out in a disastrous way, but they finally got it up the court, and wide open for two there was McKenna Thorson to drop it in. 40-22 is our score. Just under 10 minutes to go in this second half. We'll be back after a word from our fine sponsors here on KBEK.
If aches and pains are holding you back, Wellia Health is here to assist you. Our sports medicine team is dedicated to getting you back to your passions. With extensive experience and expertise, we specialize in managing concussions, a worry for both young athletes and adults. Whatever the injury, let's get you back in action with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or conveniently schedule through your MyChart account. Visit welliahealth.org for more information.
Game Day Gilman with you here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, our first basketball broadcast of the season. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, the team at Embrace believes the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with a lifelong retention program. Whew, kind of reading that like a disclaimer there at the end of a med commercial. But it does show the Wolves leading 40-22. They have their largest lead. There was 19 just a moment ago, back down to, or excuse me, it was 20. Because math is hard for me. But it was 20 there just a moment ago before the Wildcats made this last shot. Cramlett will get the inbound from Annabelle Gothman. Now to Drugsma inside to Willow Hunt. Willow Hunt is going to be fouled. It'll be the fourth team foul now on Chisago Lakes. The fourth on McKenna Thorson. And the Wolves will look to inbound. Cramlett has it from Drugsma back to Madison Gothman on that far side for three off the front of the rim. No good. That's going to be a foul on Cramlett. Yep. Hall was there for the rebound. We'll give her the credit for the rebound anyways, but Cramlett got over the top. That is a reach in. That is Cramlett's first, believe it or not. And the team's sixth. So Larson will inbound to Hall, and Hall will bring it up the court. Hall will give it off to Larson on that far side. Now to Osleson. Guarded well. Osleson into a double team. That ball is up for grabs. Jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Wildcats. 40-22, Wolves lead over Chisago Lakes. Jump ball and possession arrow favors the Wildcats, so they'll inbound here. Beaver. Readying, looking, trying to find anyone. Does to Hall at the top of the key. She wanted to go to Larson, and she will go to Larson. Hesitated for a moment there. Larson will go here to Osleson, back to Hall. Hall for three. It's good! Annika Hall drains the three, making it 40-25. Quickly up the court, though, go the Wolves. Annabelle Gothman with it to Cramlett now for three. It's no good. And Osleson's going to come down with the rebound here for the Wildcats. It's stolen away, though, by Madison Gothman. Annabelle now inside to Willow Hunt. They're going to get Hunt for a travel, and that will give it back to the Wildcats. 40-24. They said that was a 2 for Hall. Interesting. That looked like a 3 to me, but again, I'm on the wrong side of her feet to see. Her toes must have been on the line. So either way, Beaver will give it off now to Goring. Goring to Hall. This one's a 3, but that one's going to go long, and Madison Gothman will get the rebound. Gothman up the court with it. Had it nearly knocked away, but gets it to Annabelle Gothman for 3. That, oh my goodness, rattles home for Annabelle Gothman. That makes it 43-24. Quickly up the court, Beaver gives it off to Larson in that far side corner. Larson will get out of there and get out of some trouble. Gives it off to Hall. Hall back to Larson. Larson pauses, looking into the corner to Beaver. Now to Osleson, back outside to Larson. On the near side here to Goring, to Hall. Hall in some trouble, gives it to Goring. Goring, she's in some trouble. 8 to shoot, 7 to shoot. Stolen away, Madison Gothman. Quickly up the court, Annabelle Gothman to Willow Hunt. Hunt on the near side to Drugsma. Now to Cramlett for 3. Long, and it will be up for grabs. And, oh, my goodness, how is that not a foul? But Osleson either way is going to get the rebound quickly up the court. Beaver has it. Beaver shot. No good. And Annabelle Gothman there for the rebound. Holy cow, a double-double for her. Madison Gothman will drop it in for 2. And she's nearing a double-double as well. 45-24, now a 21-point lead. Larson with it on the far side of the pass from Hall. Now to top of the key here to Goring, back to Larson. Larson trying to get around the defender, backs up. Kind of setting up the play, gives it to Osleson. Osleson guarded well by Cramlett. She's having some trouble getting around her. Now to Hall. Hall. Beaver driving inside. Fouled on her way through. That will be the 7th for the Wolves, and Beaver will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. That foul is on Cramlett, her second, team 7th. So again, Claire Beaver is at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. 45-24 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Claire Beaver. First one is no good. Rebounded there by Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom faked one way, goes on the near side to Annabelle Gothman. Now in the paint to Willow Hunt. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded there by Larson. Quickly up the court, here they go to Hall. Hall gives it off near side to Goring. Now in the near side corner to Beaver. Back to Goring for 3. That's going to be off the mark and rebounded by Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom with it, bringing it up the court herself. Pauses, lets the offense get in front of her to Grace Haas. Haas now looking. She'll give it to Annabelle Gothman. Gothman trying to get through the defenders into more of a zone double team, and then she gives it to Sahlstrom. Now back to Gothman. Now on the near side to Hunt. Hunt in the near side corner for Grace Haas. Wide open 3 is no good. Rebounded by Larson. For Chisago Lake, she'll give it to Hall. Hall will bring it forward into their offense of zone. Goring now to Osleson. Goring, beautiful pass for 3 is good. Goring for 3, 45-27. Wolves, though, quickly up the court now into their offensive zone. Cramlett is going to get called for the travel, and it will give it back to Chisago Lakes. 5:51 left to go here in the game, 45-27. Wolves with the lead. A couple substitutions here for Chisago Lakes. And Hall will look to inbound to Beaver. They're going to give kind of a 2-on-1 look, will the Wolves, as they bring Cramlett down to guard 2. But the Wildcats get up the court quickly. Cooksley has it, but she is fouled. I believe they're going to get Annabelle Gothman for the foul. They will. Her third, team's 8th, and now going to the line to shoot a 1-on-1 is Cooksley. Cooksley will be at the line for a 1-on-1. First one is up and no good. Rebounded there by Willow Hunt. And here come the Wolves again. Sahlstrom finds a lane to drive through and has it just ripped away by Cooksley. Give that back. And now Beaver nearly gives it up, but she gives it off to Goring. Goring trying to get around one defender. Gives it back to Hall. Hall for 3. Just off the front of the rim, but Cooksley's there for the rebound. To Beaver on the far side there for Thorson. Thorson waiting. Had it poked out by Annabelle Gothman and nearly kept it alive, but that will go out of bounds. It will stay with the Wildcats. 45-27 is the score. 5:10 to go. Substitution now. Johnson, Drugsma, Madison Gothman will check in for Haas, Hunt, and Cramlett. So it will be Thorson to inbound here to Goring. Goring gives off on the near side to Beaver. Beaver pulls it down, back to Goring on the near side. 3, 2, and 1. Cooksley will put up a shot. It's no good. And it did not go off the rim, so it will have to be inbounded. So that will not reset the shot clock because it did not go off the rim. Annabelle Gothman into Madison Gothman and back to Annabelle Gothman. Annabelle over to Sahlstrom. To Drugsma for 3. It rings around and goes through for Ashley Drugsma. 48-27. Hall quickly, though, up to Goring on the near side. Goring for 3. They're going to say Goring traveled. And Goring, unfortunately, will turn it over on the travel call. 48-27 with 4.5 minutes to go on that Brace Orthodontic scoreboard. Annabelle Gothman has it to Madison Gothman near side. That's going to go long. And they're going to say this foul is on the Wildcats, I believe. And the Wildcats head coach saying, yeah, he was giving his piece. I think he was right. His athlete was boxing out. I'm not real sure, because from where I looked, that's what I thought. But maybe I thought maybe she had her arm locked in, but I don't know. Either way, inbound here, and Kylie Johnson for the Wolves will drop it in for 2, make it 50-27. That their largest lead now of the night is 23. Beaver gives it off near side here to Thorson for the Wildcats. Thorson gets around Sahlstrom, and we got a whistle. I wasn't sure what the whistle was for, but it's a timeout called here by the Wildcats. Will they take one? We'll take one as well on KBEK.
Your local radio home for Minnesota Vikings football is WCMP.
Breaks another at the 30, and is loose!
Your favorite hometown team with your favorite players.
Caught by Jefferson!
Don't miss the hits, the action.
Touchdown Vikings!
Catch the excitement all season long.
He caught it!
Minnesota Vikings football is on Cool Country 100.9
WCMP.
One of the cooler voices out there, if not the coolest voice, is Paul Allen. And hearing him say our station's call letters is pretty darn cool. I grew up listening to Paul Allen, though, so that might be why. And he's one of the reasons that I did get into broadcasting, if I'm being honest. But not that you care. Because in this game, the Wildcats now left with 2 timeouts, 3 for the Wolves. Our score 50-27. Wolves with the lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Of course, They have custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, and their board-certified orthodontists are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. They do have 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. It's a brand new location in Cambridge, so be sure to check them on out. Beaver will get set to inbound for the Wildcats out of the timeout. She wanted to go to Hall, but she's guarded well. Instead, goes top of the key to Osleson. Osleeson's going to be double-teamed. She'll give it off the near side to Hall. Hall dribbles out of there, gives it to Beaver on the far side. Now into the far side corner here to Larson. Larson trying to drive baseline, but she's going to be double-teamed. Trying to get it stolen is Kylie Johnson. And we're going to get a jump ball call, and it will be possession arrow favoring the Wolves. So the Wolves will get it back. Sahlstrom will inbound here to Madison, or Annabelle Gothman, that is. She gives it back to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom near side, over to Johnson on the far side for Gothman. Back to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom, top of the key. Wanted to go on the near side here. Instead gives it to Annabelle Gothman. A no-look pass inside. Now we're going to get a whistle. And they get a foul here on the Wolves. That was going to go against Bella Sahlstrom. Her second, team's 9th, and Wildcats get it back. Hall on the near side. Gives it off to Larson on the far side. Now inside to Osleson. Osleson shot up, no good, but she's fouled. And she'll go to the line now and shoot 2. As that is now the 10th foul on the Wolves, the 3rd for Kylie Johnson. So 2 shots here for Lucy Osleson. First one is up, no good. Cramlett will check in for Annabelle Gothman. Osleson's second one is no good, and no rebound because it did not hit the rim. So if it doesn't hit the rim on a free throw, you have to inbound. Meanwhile, Madison Gothman will inbound here to Cramlett. 50-27, under 3.5 to go. Sahlstrom gets the pass back here from Beaver, and Beaver tipped it out of Sahlstrom's hands, and Sahlstrom could not keep it from going out of bounds. So it will be a turnover, and the Wildcats will get it back. Thorson will inbound here to Hall. Hall gives it back to Thorson. Thorson in the offensive zone gives it on the far side to Larson. Larson, unfortunately, that was tipped by Sahlstrom. So Sahlstrom getting one back on the Wildcats, and Larson trying to keep it alive, stepped on the boundary. And it will be Wolves ball again. Cramlett taking it up the court, guarded by Hall. Giving off near side to Madison Gothman. Gothman with it. That one is going to be, they're going to call it kickball. They're going to say that was a kickball. And Larson and the rest of the Wildcat crew do not agree. That was, I don't know, that was a close one. Cramlett will get set to inbound. Cramlett will give to Droogsma. Droogsma starts with it. Top of the key. Trying to find some room on the inside. Instead gives it outside to Sahlstrom. Sahlstrom will now drive inside. A jumper from mid-range is good for Sahlstrom to make it 52-27. So now the Wildcats have it back. Hall with it. Gives it to Osleson. Osleson now to Thorson. Thorson tries to give it one more pass. Larson lost it. Sahlstrom will get credit for the steal. And that pass nearly out of bounds, but Madison Gothman will keep it alive. Droogsman now to Cramlett. Cramlett fakes the three, pulls it down, drives inside, shot is up. That was a really quick whistle. They blew that whistle before even Osleson got there. Unless it, I was going to say, because, yeah, they didn't call it on Osleson. They got it on Hall. Her second and the team's 6th. I was going to say, I don't think that can be on Osleson, but instead they got Hall for it. Shot from Cramlett here is no good on the free throw attempt. Couple subs here for the Wildcats, 3 of them. Cooksley, Smith, and Goring in. Second one from Cramlett is no good as well. Cooksley with the rebound. That ball is knocked out of bounds by the Wolves, so the Wildcats will hold on to it. Cramlett going to be back guarding. Smith now to Beaver. Now over on the far side to Larson. Larson pulls it down, gives it to Osleason. Osleason trying to find somewhere to go with it. Gives it back to Larson. Larson, top of the key, gives it to Lily Smith. She'll give it over to Beaver. Beaver in the far side corner for three from Goring. It comes up short, and Kylie Johnson will get the rebound for the Wolves. Now Cramlett brings it up the court. Cramlett looking. She'll give it off far side to Grace Haas. Grace Haas pulls it down, gives it to Droogsma. Droogsma left alone for three. No good. And Cooksley there for the rebound. Knocked out of her hands. Oh, they're going to say that was last touch by Cooksley, so it will stay with the Wolves. Interesting. Well, the Wolves will hold on to it. Gotham will inbound here to Droogsma. Droogsma nearly had it knocked away. Grace Haas will come up with it, and now we're going to get a travel here by Haas. So they will give it back to the Wildcats. Lily Smith will come and get ready to inbound. Beaver guarded by Madison Gothman. She'll give it over to Larson on the far side. Larson backing up, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Gives off to Goring on the far side corner for Beaver for three. No good. Good look, though, for three. And Lily Smith is going to come up with the rebound. Smith with it. Bounce pass to Goring. Goring spins around one defender. Gives it back to Smith. Smith looking, searching. She'll drive baseline now. Give it on the far side. Larson. Oh, Larson probably should have pulled the trigger on that shot. And Lily Smith gives it back to Larson. Larson, no good on the shot, and that will stop it. And it will be an inbound for the Wolves. And the Wolves will get a couple of the younger athletes in, number 14, 15, and 44. That is Violet York. Jayana Bolt. As well as Ava Westling. Westling gives it here to Hjort. Hjort. And now here to Grace Haas. Haas with it. Now back to Bolt. Bolt. And it's going to be stolen away. Cooksley has it. Cooksley on the fast break. Cooksley. Oh, just a little too strong on the layup, and it's rebounded there by Bolt. And really neither side needs to get off another shot. Cramlett will get one. It's no good. Rebounded somehow by Bolt, and her shot no good. Blocked and taken in by Cooksley, and that will be it. So the final here in this one, the Wolves get the victory over the Wildcats 52-27. We'll take a commercial break. We'll come back after a word from our fine sponsors. Give you the recap of this game, some stats as well. You're listening to girls high school basketball here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
It sure is good to be at deer camp with you guys again. What'd you guys see out there?
Yeah, I passed on the 10-pointer.
You say that every year, man.
What? I'm a big buck hunter.
I just couldn't pull the trigger. It was such a beautiful animal.
Eric, we're here to put food in the freezer, man.
I know.
Did you see anything good, Joshua?
It was huge! Right now, grab a pheasant's hunt at Wings North in Pine City for $50 off. That'd be a great holiday gift idea. Or sighting your rifle for deer season for only $10. Ha! Bucks.
Are you always working?
Find these and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals. That's WCMPradio.com/deals.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Rock Crusher Outdoors wants you to show them your buck. Rock Crusher Outdoors presents the Big Buck Contest. Send us your picture of your buck and you'll be entered to win a Ruger American 30-06 bolt action from Rock Crusher Outdoors. And wait, it gets better. If you're wearing Rock Crusher apparel and you win, Rock Crusher Outdoors will throw in a free scope. The Rock Crusher Outdoors Big Buck Contest brought to you by Dale's Heating Appliance, MDHA, Snake River, and Jim Jordan chapters. You have to the end of November to enter. Winner will be chosen at random. Full contest rules at WCMPradio.com under the contest tab. No purchase necessary.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK. The Milaca Wolves get the victory here tonight over the Chisago Lakes Wildcats. 52-27. Over on 100.9 FM, WCMP. Adam Hefty calling the game between the Brand Bombers and the North Branch Rush City Co-op. In that girls basketball game, the Bombers lead 32-25. That should be a good one between those two teams. I'm really interested to see how that one finishes up. But so that's how that one is at right now. But in this one, the Wolves get the victory, start off the season 1-0. And again, it was opening night for both teams. Both teams obviously are going to want to improve from this point on. It wasn't their best game for either of them, really. I mean, you had 18 fouls for the Wildcats, 16 for the Wolves. So again, for both sides, they're going to want to improve. They're going to want to get better, and they will throughout the regular season. But it was opening night for both teams. You could really tell. And unfortunately, here for the Wildcats, it wound up in them losing tonight's game. But for the Wolves, it was a decent showing. Again, a very, very slow start for them. But then they got out to a little bit of a run there at the end of the first half and wound up getting out to a 12-point lead. They led by 14 points. That was their biggest lead in the first half. And they wound up leading 25-13 at half. And then in the second half, they just continued to pour it on. Although Chisago Lakes got off to a good start, they were down by 7 at one point. But then the Wolves just continued to pour it on and pull away eventually. And again, the steals, the turnovers, and the fouls were a problem a little bit for the Wildcats. But the Wolves did a good job here. Leading the way for them in points was Annabelle Gothman. Not only that, she had a double-double tonight with 16 points, 11 rebounds. She also had 3 steals, 1 block, and went 6 for 7 on her free throws here this evening. So, and then right behind her was Madison Gothman with 15 points, 6 rebounds, 5 steals, 2 for 5 from the free throw line. And then Ashley Drugsma had 14.6 rebounds, 2 steals. She was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And she had the rare 4-point play. She dropped in the 3-point shot and then got fouled and got the free throw in. That is how their night went. And on the other side, leading the way for the Wildcats, it was Rianne Goring leading the way with 8 points. She had 3 rebounds. Then 7 points for Annika Hall. She had 3 rebounds as well, 2 steals. Then it was McKenna Thorson with 4 points, 2 rebounds. And Mariana Cooksley, she had only 2 points, but man, she had 10 rebounds here tonight, 2 steals, 1 block. She was 0 for 1 on her free throw attempt. And then Lucy Ozalison, she had 2 points, 5 rebounds, though, and she was 0 for 2 from the free throw line as well. So for both teams, again, it is opening night. Both teams will certainly look to improve as they go forward, and they certainly will moving forward. And I'm excited to see where these two teams end up at the end of the season. So for the Wolves, 1-0, Wildcats 0-1 to begin the season. But again, it is game one, and we'll see. For the Wildcats, I think the biggest way they want to improve is I think limiting turnovers is going to be one of the things that they need to do. The turnovers were a bit of a problem here tonight, and then the fouls. The fouls were a little bit of a pressure point for them in that first half. So if they can better those two parts, they're going to certainly get a little bit better. And I think just taking the open shots. They had a few shots here tonight that I think a lot of people felt like they missed on or just didn't take. But again, it's early on in the season, so those things will improve for the Wolves. I think their defense is going to be one of the better defenses that we see this year. Again, very good defense the last few years, and I think they'll be an underrated team. I think a lot of teams are going to overlook them. There's not a ton of height to this Wolves team, but what they don't have in height, they make up with athleticism and also in just want and will. So for the Wolves, I think they should just continue with what they got, try and work on getting that offense a little bit more efficient. But again, they did a pretty darn good job here tonight. So that'll do it here. Nice 95.5 KBEK. The Wolves get the victory 52-27. Be sure to stay tuned to our morning shows on 95.5 FM KBEK with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. Then over 100.9 FM with Josh Marion at 7:45 and 8:45 for your local sports updates. Stay tuned to our websites for your broadcast schedule. Go to the sports tab, click on broadcast schedule. That'll be up every Monday afternoon. And, of course, that is subject to change. Then also our social medias, our Twitter, our Facebook pages for both stations and both Instagrams as well to keep up with all things local sports. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in. Thanks so much. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast. We appreciate them. And, of course, remember, be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could make their day. The final, once again, on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, the Wolves get the victory over Chisago Lakes, 52-27. For Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night.